What's going on, guys? Bear with me 1 second. Oh, all right. So I'm still actually adding stuff to the damn add-on section because I am too overly OCD about it. Hang on 1 second, guys. Let me go let Andrew in. Okay. All right. I'm back. I was letting Andrea in. Yeah, I'm still adding stuff to the add-on section. Everything else is done. I've been doing this since 8 this morning. I took an hour, long enough to eat lunch, and uh, and then came right back to it. Yep, been going. Hope you guys are having a good evening, though. Oh, man. The Kickstarter actually launches in an hour, but I wanted to go live, hang out with you guys, do some giveaways and things once we launch. But just kind of, visiting and talking about the book and stuff like that. Hello.
Did you already share it or you needed to?
Yeah, I shared it to the group. What's up, Juan? Oh, damn. What's going on, bud? All right, let's see. What was the last medal? Was it medals I was adding? Yeah. So the last medal I added was... So the last medal was actually Juan's cover. Yeah, I'm almost done. Like I said, the Kickstarter doesn't launch till 6 p.m. Central, so about an hour from now. But trying to get, excuse me, last bit of the stuff up. $7 p.m. to 12 a.m. What the kind of damn show are you at? That's no problem, man. Just do me a favor. Make sure when we launch this Kickstarter, you share out the link to all of your social media pages. We want to try to get as many people in here as early as we can, because I'd like to do some solid records on this one too. 2000 is our funding goal. I'd like to do like we did on the last launch party. I mean, we did, what was it, 6K in the first 10 minutes or something like that. So I'm hoping we can at least do that again. That'd be pretty cool. So we'll see. I'm just adding the last bit. Oh, Holiday Haunt. Oh, I got you. Okay. What's up, Ed? Ed, everybody, you guys hang out with us. We're going to be doing some giveaways tonight, same as we did last time. And by the way, all the giveaways from last Kickstarter have all shipped. So you guys should get them here soon. But we're going to do giveaways tonight for all backers that are backing the early bird Kickstarter stuff. So I've got some fun stuff for you guys that we're going to give away. And Andrea's hanging out here with me also. But yeah, I'm just trying to get the rest of the little, like I always overdo my add-ons. I just like it being easier for you guys to grab your stuff, but it is a bit overkill, that's for sure. I tend to get a little carried away with it, but what's up, Heather? Yep. We launch in about 50 minutes. Rise of the Mummy. That is my new creator-owned comic. It's a one-shot comic, one story, one book. It's about my other two daughters versus a werewolf in the Appalachian Mountains. Oh wait, no, that's the last book. Jeez, that's how tired I am. The last book I did, Cursed Moonlight, was about two of my daughters, Olivia and Victoria, versus a werewolf in the Appalachian Mountains. This book, what's up, Chris? If Andrea goes to Chick-fil-A, you need a sweet tea.
I got you.
Yeah, exactly. So this book is Rise of the Mummy. It's about my other two daughters, Ashley and Shelby, my oldest and my youngest, versus a mummy in the 1920s in Egypt. And this subject matter was actually voted on by you guys. It was by a huge margin. I actually left it up to the fans to vote, about, whether they wanted me to do the next book to be, my two daughters versus a vampire in the 1700s, or whether it was my two daughters versus a mummy in the 1920s. So I actually let you guys, what's up, Gabriel? I let you guys vote on it, and the mummy one won by a major margin. So hopefully all you people that voted for that, because vampires is an easy sale, so hopefully you guys are going to show up and back this thing. I think people are kind of excited about the whole mummy thing, just because we really haven't seen mummy stuff in a long time. Movies occasionally here or there, but mostly all we've been seeing is the other mainstream horror characters. So I'm crossing my fingers. You voted for vampire. Yeah, it was like I was not expecting that huge of a gap between the two choices, but it was a huge gap. So we'll see. I'm putting pressure on you guys. This book is badass. I'll show you guys some of the covers here for what we've got on it so far. And this is the interior pages are ridiculous. Let me zoom that in. So, the interior art is incredible. It's by Arturo, who did the interior art for Cursed Moonlight. Yeah, he's a great artist. He does incredible interior work. And let me add some of these covers for you guys real quick, so I can show you some of the regular covers. But yeah, this book is, it's fast paced. It's a one-shot comic. It's a quick read. But it's action packed. It's got some really good character story building in it. Now, obviously, it's probably going to be one of those things where, people wish it was longer, but, it's a fast read. It's meant to go pretty quick and be fast paced. We're also doing something new on this one. As you guys know, on my other Kickstarters, we've had the blood covers. So we had the blood covers for Psycho Sal. We had the blood moons for Cursed Moonlight. So we're doing these gold covers on these. And these things are going to be ridiculous as foils and metals. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. And this is these two covers are by me. I did 3 covers for this one, and they are, you know, the Mummy cover, and then I've got the Shelby cover, the character, which is Shelby, my daughter, which is this one. That's the Shelby cover. Then we have the Ashley cover, my youngest daughter. So that's her cover, and that's what you know. I think the golds are going to be ridiculous in person. So hopefully you guys like them, because we got some great guest cover artists. Like this is Arturo's cover he did for the Kickstarter, who does the interior art for it. Now I left the interiors black and white because I want that throwback to classic movies and stuff. And we don't see black and white comics really anymore. And I think that's a kind of a lost art too. That's Michael Gardner's cover. So we've got a lot of great covers. So there's 9 total covers on this Kickstarter for you guys. And they are ridiculous. Gilbert Perez has a cover on this one. So, you know, we've got V. Nunnally is back for a cover on this one. We have Michael Gardner. We have Gilbert Perez. We have, let's see, we have Arturo did a cover, Gilbert Perez, Michael Gardner, Ryan Morris is back for a cover. Tuan Amato's back for a cover also, V. Nunnally. And then, of course, I've got 3 covers on the Kickstarter myself. What's up, Ryan? What's up, Angelica? What's up, everybody? Yeah, this one. And now, so I did. Okay, so I've got the pay over time option turned on for you guys. So you need to show up and you need to show out. Okay. We've got 9 total covers. We have the all cover bundle, the all trade dress, the all foil, the all metal. We have the gold covers. We have the all, what's up, Jim? We have the gold foil bundles, the gold metal bundles, individual, etc. And we brought back the, so we did gold embossed 1-of-1s on this Kickstarter, like we did on Curse Moonlight and Cycle Sound number 9. So you'll see those on the tier page. Also, each artist has their own gold embossed metal. That is a 1-of-1. It comes numbered. That is the only one they'll ever be. And they're great prices on the Kickstarter compared to what some people charge for those. But we also have like I said, the all cover bundle. So you can get the all trade dress bundle. You know, that thing is like $130 and you get all 9 covers. I mean, that's a damn good deal. The all foils are a great price. The all metals are a great price. The gold embossed 1-of-1s are a great price. So I tried my damnedest to make sure you guys got, you know, as much of this stuff as you could possibly want without necessarily breaking your pocketbook, you know. So, you know, we'll see. Hopefully everybody enjoys that. And like I said, I'm still adding a few things here to the add-ons because, you know, again, it's one of those things I kind of overdo it when it comes to add-ons. Everybody else is, you know, they'll put 1 or 2 things on the add-ons, and I'm over here like a goofball putting tons of stuff on the add-ons. I try to make it to where, and for those that are wondering why I might do that, so normally people do the tiers and they might throw a couple things on the add-ons, and that's all they do. So what that means is for buyers, people have to log into Kickstarter under one email, pick out what they want, go to the add-ons, grab what few add-ons are there that they might want. And if the stuff that they want isn't in the add-on section, they have to complete that purchase and then log out, log back in under a different email, and buy whatever other tiers they might want. So I try to add everything that's on my tier section in the add-on section also, to try to make it a little easier for you guys. So that means when you pick your tier and it takes you to the very next page, which is the add-on page, make sure you scroll down through that add-on page because I tried to put as much of the stuff that's on the tiers in the add-on. And I've been doing this since 8 a.m. this morning, and it's 5:20 p.m. And I'm still adding a few things. So it is a all-day thing. Let's see, where is that cover B metal? There it is. Because sadly, for some reason, every time you add stuff to it, you have to wait for freaking damn Kickstarter update, and it takes a minute or so in between each thing you save. So it's a pain in the ass, and that's another reason why a lot of people don't do add-ons. But yeah, we've got, like I said, it's what's up, Eric? Eric, make sure you guys are here for this, man. Don't run off. We're as soon as we launch here in about 40 minutes, we want to jump this Kickstarter up as high as we can, as fast. Our record right now for numbers is, if I remember correctly, I think we did $6,000 in the first 10 minutes. We broke the 2,000 mark in the first like less than a minute or two. We did, I think it was 6,000 or 8,000 within 10 minutes or so, or 20 minutes. So I'd like to break that. And I need you guys for that. Like I said, Indy is where it's at right now. So hopefully you guys are digging what we're doing. All the Psycho Sal, for those who might be wondering, Psycho Sal number 9 will go to print here soon. We're just waiting on that pay over time thing to finalize. Oh, and apparently it isn't exactly like they quoted. Originally in their paperwork, it stated that, you know, the first, so they split pay over time. For those that don't know what that is, they take your total of what you bought on the Kickstarter, they split it into 3 payments. They take the first payment on day 1 when the Kickstarter ends, then 12 weeks later, 30 days later, they take your second payment, or at least that's what it said on the paperwork. And then 30 days after that, they take your third and final payment. Well, when I asked them, I sent them an email to ask how that works. As far as, now they collect the money from you the same way, but we don't get the money. We get the day 1 money, but day 30 for second payment and day 30 for third payment, they lump that together, and we get that money once that third payment is made. Oh. Yep. So it wasn't like they had on their paperwork, because the way they had it on the paperwork is the Kickstarter ends, they take the first of 3 payments right then, and we get that within 14 days. Then 30 days later, they pull the second payment, and within 12 days of that, we get that payment. Then 30 days after that one, they pull your third and final payment, and 12 to 14 days after that, we get the third payment deposited. No, that's not how they're doing it. They're making us wait until they gather the last 2 payments in one lump and then send us that. I thought that was kind of crappy that they told us differently on that, you know, but there's nothing we can do about it. So, but I'm going to continue to use the pay over time, because about 20 of you guys, about 20 or so use the pay over time on Psycho Sal number 9, which is the first time we've ever used it. And so it helped a lot of you guys out. And I mean, it is a good tool, because I mean, if you're going to spend $300 on a Kickstarter, they split it into $300 payments, and it's day 1 gets $100 when the Kickstarter ends. 30 days later was when they make you pay the second payment. And then 30 days after that is when they make you pay the third and final payment. So, you know, you can't really beat that. You know what I'm saying? Hang on one second, guys. Let's see. How do I get it? No, I don't want that. Hang on. Miss Lori Calcaterra is here, but I'm trying. I got too many windows open. Bear with me a second, guys.
Hi.
Hello, Miss Lori.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Do you guys have a good Thanksgiving?
Yes. Ate tons of food, had family over. I was still cleaning today. That's the only thing that was on my agenda. I made turkey soup, and then cleaned my kitchen, and we watched a bunch of movies. So it was kind of
yeah. We did the same. We had ours
Yeah.
last night, and it was a good turnout and stuff. So we had a good night. So that was
Good.
great. But yeah, Angelica, yeah, that little twist in their way they do it, it's okay. I mean, like I said, I'm in a, not the whole concept of that isn't going to affect most people that do Kickstarter, because most people are 6 months out, a year out before they finish their Kickstarter. So it's only goofballs like me who pre-do my book that I'm having to wait that time for the second and third payment in one lump sum instead of split up. So it's okay. But like I said, I'm glad it benefits you guys because it is a great tool. Now, what I wish Kickstarter was do is I wish they would just allow us to put Afterpay and Klarna on our damn Kickstarters. Then problem solved. We get our money immediately and you get to make payments. Oh, did your thing mess up, Lori?
Yeah, I think I'm hearing a little bit of an echo. So I try to put my headphones in, but there's something up with the headphone jack on my computer. So unfortunately, it's not working. So headphones don't work. So I'll just have to listen to myself echo because
gotcha.
sometimes.
But yeah, Ryan, there will be blanks on this Kickstarter, and so yeah, knock yourself out on that. Sketch options are on there also, but there's only 10 of those. So there's an actual tier that you can grab a sketch option by me, which means I draw any character you want on that blank. And it comes with one of the covers for the book. It comes with the PDF. So it's a good bundle also. So this one, so what do you think, Lord, because this one is a little different than what we've been doing over the last 3 years. What do you think as the letterer on this one? And for those that don't know, Lori is an incredibly talented creator and writer and letterer, et cetera, et cetera. She does the trade dress for my books. She does the lettering for my books. She has her own creator-owned IP for those that may not know with Path of the Pale Rider. And she helps other people with other projects too. So she kind of gets to see a lot of different types of indie books. But so what do you think about this one? Did it seem like it was a little smoother than, because for those that don't know, like I can write tons of idea stuff, but I'm not a writer. Curse the Moonlight was the first time I ever attempted to write a script for a book. And that was only because I've been looking at scripts by Lori and Chris for the last 3 years. So I figured, let me give it a shot. And they can keep all that damn writing stuff for sure. I'll stick to drawing for the most part. But so this is my second script I've ever written. What do you think of this book compared to kind of what's coming out in the indie market right now? Because the fans seem like they were super excited about it because they got to vote on it.
Well, I think it reminds me very much of your Cursed Moonlight. So I think that you're tapping into like the universe. You know what I mean? Where you're building this universe with these classic monsters, but with these female protagonists, and they're usually sisters. And right. I think it's great for the market. And they're usually one shots, or I don't know if you're planning on continuing stories within each classic monster or not. But I think this one's great. I think Cursed Moonlight was great too. It has that kind of nostalgia to it with the black and white, and we did like the what do you call those dots? I'm not the artist, people. You know what I mean? Those halftone dots, and it was a lot of fun. It reminds us of a lot of things that came from the past that we can still tap into these years. And I'm glad that you're bringing it back. Like, I think it's going to be a ton of fun, man.
Cool. Yeah. Hey, Lisa, there's my sister. Yeah, I'm super excited about it. So it is a universe. Okay. So, with Cursed Moonlight, it was in current times with Olivia and Victoria. And then, Rise of the Mummy set in the 1920s with Ashley and Shelby. But what I was thinking about doing, because, those two books were the sisters together in those little universes. And the books are kind of open-ended, so I can always go back to them if I need to. What I'm thinking about is sticking with the classic monster universe And I'm thinking about doing another one shot, but the next batch of one shots, of course, I got to do Sentinel first. And I've got to get Cursed Cycle of the Blood Moon. Cursed Blood Moon started too. I've got to sit down with you here soon and start working out that first book. And then of course I've got to get my other one shot, Sentinel of the Damned, started. That's about a veteran who ends up taking his own life, dealing with PTSD and the loss of his sister and stuff like that. But so I do want to do some more of the classic stuff, but individually. So we had the sisters and their books, their joint books. So I'm thinking about doing a book for each one of my daughters after that. And like an example, like Victoria set in the 1700s as a female version, gender swap of Victor Frankenstein. So Victoria Frankenstein, and her creating her own monster, and then each one of the other girls being in their own stories, even to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde concept, to a Phantom of the Opera concept, because that's one of my all-time favorites.
Like vampires too, right?
I haven't done Dracula yet, so there is a Dracula one coming. I'm planning to do with the 4 girls. I want to do one where it's her as a twist on Frankenstein, a twist on Dracula, a twist on Phantom of the Opera, because we haven't seen anything Phantom of the Opera in a very, very long time, and that's such an incredible story.
Is it public domain yet though?
I don't know if it's public domain or not, but what I'm doing with them, it'll fall enough under parody sense that because it's not necessarily dropping those names, it's just generalized names. So
Gotcha.
Things like that. So
just a dude with a mask.
Yeah, kind of, and that's one of the great things about the indie thing. It's not like we're not printing 50,000 books or 20,000 books. So that helps a little bit, and then you change enough of it so it falls under parody, and and you just kind of get the essence of it. So we'll see, but we're still going to do Cycle of the Blood Moon. It's just that one's a tough one.
There's a lot of planning that's going to have to go into that one, because we're going to have to do a big session where I pick your brain. Because the way that I write, and if it's a big, like Path of the Pale Rider, it's not just 12 issues, it's 36 issues. And there's been a plan since the beginning how it's going to end. And so that's how my brain works, is so I can tie in the foreshadowing and the character development, and I can, do the pacing, which is so important to every issue, right? So we'll have to have a plan for how many issues do you want it to be? What are all the topics you want covered? Who are the characters? How do we develop their characters so that way things happen in the way they're supposed to? What twists are we? It's a lot. So we will get there. I would probably need to get through, well, obviously Thanksgiving we got through, but there needs to be some actual sit down time.
And that's kind of what I was, aiming for. I got these one shots out of the way that I didn't have to, harass people about too much. And because Cycle of Blood Moon, that one's so deep, it's ridiculous. I mean, you're talking tons of major characters in it with their own story arcs and backgrounds and things like that. Like this thing, like I'm not joking when I tell people it's pretty much Supernaturals meets, Lord of the Rings. I mean, it's going to be a big book. I mean, we're talking 30 plus books. So it's going to be something that's just insane. But I am stupidly excited about it. So, but we will get to it, guys. I promise. I'm going to sit down now that the holidays or our con season is kind of winding down a little bit. Now I'll be able to sit down with Lacey. I was tagging Lacey on the thing here. Sit down with Lori. Yeah, I was tagging.
What's your name?
Yeah, I was tagging Lacey on the thing here.
Whoever she is on the screen, that lady.
Crazy people. So what do you think about the one shot style stuff? I mean, I get some people's little complaint about it. It's over quick. Well, no, I'm talking about it just being over too quick. Like they want more. What's up, Michael?
Right. I mean, there's that, and that means that you've done your job.
Yeah.
But I love one shots because, and especially with Kickstarter, it's hard when, like someone like myself, you too, with Cycle of the Blood Moon that's coming, where it's this big, long, sprawling, story where it's like, oh, hi, Chad. Where it's one of those things where it's like, I love my fans because they are so patient, because it takes time to produce these and turn them over, and the story is big, and it's, and it's coming. But one shots I love when my favorite writers just do like, it's a one and done. And then I can get the whole story. Like, for example, Edward Davis, he writes this big long series called Immortal Era, which I love. Reminds me a lot of Path. But he's doing this one shot called Floaters. It's about eye floaters, and it's terrifying. And I love that it's a one shot because I get the whole story and then I'm done. And then I can go back and reread it and, look for clues and look for things. And if there's like you said, if there's enough reaction, there we go. If there's enough reaction to it, then it's like, okay, then we can go back and expand this universe.
Right.
But that one, I love your color, by the way. That pink, that hot pink, good God, it just draws your eye right. It's like it will stand out on a shelf. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She did a really good job with that color palette. Normally I use, Dave Kemp and Dan. They've been so swamped with the Image Comics interiors they've been doing, and I, can't blame them. So I kind of brought her on. She normally does the interior colors for Psycho Sal. And so I've gotten to do a lot of covers here lately while Dave and them were getting caught up. So yeah, I thought she did a great job on that cover. It's definitely got it's creepy, but it's real pretty,
Yeah.
So, but
so the point of that is like these and here's Gilbert. Here's Gilbert. So another person that I love, and who does the interiors of Path of the Pale Rider. He was so excited to be a part of this. And I know that you guys got buddy down at Big Texas. And it was so funny because I'm always in the chat. There's William does these group chats for everybody that's a variant artist on the upcoming book. And it's just a great place for us all to communicate and kind of like see all the variant covers come in. And then I can see them and I can help guide people on like where the logo is going to go. And if you want a template and blah, blah. So I'm always in the group, right? And so I don't remember what day it was, but it was just all of a sudden I see Gilbert has been added to the group. And I was like, oh no. What's any riffraff in this group? But it was right after Big Texas, and I was like, y'all got buddy down there.
Yeah, he was like, I like Gilbert's personality.
He's
and I'm very picky. Like a lot of people may not realize this. I'm not in the same boat some people are. I don't have to tolerate bullshit. So I don't have to have that person on my book. So I don't have to tolerate someone that's ridiculous just because they might have a following or something. But I sat with him there. I was right next to him at Big Texas, and and I chatted with him about the comics, the fandom. I watched how he talked to fans when they walked up to his table and stuff like that, because that matters to me. Like, if you can't interact with fans and treat them with the respect they deserve and what they've earned, you won't be on one of my projects. It's just not going to happen. So I watched him. I listened to how he talked to fans and how he interacted. I kept a close eye on that. And then I chatted with him off and on during the show when we got moments of slowness, and got his thoughts about projects, how he handles things, stuff like that. And, he's like, oh yeah, I'd love to do more covers. And, and then after talking to him, I said, well, I'll tell you what, when you get home, you got till such and such date, send me a cover and I'll put you on the book. If you miss the deadline, good luck. I was born about it, and I mean, he came in way before the deadline, which is what you're supposed to do. And he did the artwork, he did the colors. And and I think the cover came out really badass. It's a great cover. I think everybody has done a great job on the covers. I mean, everybody they nailed the creepiness. They nailed the fun in your face type of classic comics, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think they came out really, really well. And of course, like I said, we did the blood covers on the other books. And so we're doing these gold variants for these. And I think these things are just going to be insane in person as foils and golds. So what's up, Kevin?
Hey, Kevin.
But yeah, it's I don't know, man. I had fun with it because I'm not a writer by any means. I mean, these are my first 2 books I ever scripted. And I mean, I learned a lot of what I tried to do from watching the scripts you guys sent me, because I can write tons of notes, or I can tell you tons of information of what I need to happen and who's involved and what's going on, all the way down to the lighting and the mood. But this is my first time doing it, and luckily the fans have liked it. So they enjoyed Cursed Moonlight. Everybody's gave me really good props on it, but you won't catch me writing no series. It ain't happening. No.
There's a lot of things that go into it.
Oh, trying to remember what the hell happened last time. My memory is low. No. So I'll leave you guys to all the big epic tales. And we're going live here in about 18 minutes, Kevin. So make sure you guys show up, show love. I've got the pay over time option on. So swing for the fences, grab whatever you want. For those that are new, that's a new feature Kickstarter started doing in the last couple months, where creators can do this pay over time for you guys. And they take the total of everything that you purchase and they split it into 3 payments. They pull the first payment the day the Kickstarter ends. 30 days later is when they pull the second payment. And then another 30 days after that is when they pull the third payment. And if anybody in the chat has any questions or anything, please feel free to ask. Because we've got, like I said, about 17 minutes before we launch. So Lori, what do you, real quick, toss your pitch. What do you got coming for, when are you planning to launch the next episode of Path of the Pale Rider?
It's going to probably be February 1st, somewhere around there. That's when we did last time. Yeah, this was the issue 7 cover. These are done. I'm just waiting on him to tell me that they're shipping. So I'm really excited to get those. And I want this all. It needs to be fulfilled before Christmas. It needs to be for my own sanity.
Everybody's super excited too. I'm so glad of that. They're crazy excited. Real side question, so I don't forget. On this order, when you put it in, did I get that order to you in time to get the back issues I need? Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I just haven't told you the price yet because I don't know the shipping because I'm using a new printer.
Oh, are you not? Which one are you using now?
This is a gentleman named David Byrne who came recommended to me by Gerald Von Stoddard. Oh, okay. And he's been great, and the prices are good. We could talk about that after the show.
Yeah. Let me know how that's working because
it's more of like he's an indie creator who also does his own printing. And so this is the first time I'm using him. So obviously it's like I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to put the cart before the horse. I want to go through the whole process before I recommend. Right. So, but so far he's been great. I've had to fix a lot of things in my files, thanks to people who will not be named in the past. And then what else? But it's like I love that one-on-one communication from David, where it's like if he finds something, he sends me a message. I'm able to ask questions. It's not an email back and forth that takes time, and you have a different customer service rep every time. So that's what I'm really enjoying about it. So I don't know. He's doing a great job so far.
Yeah, good. Yeah, let me know how that goes once you get the books in, because we're always having to look.
Yes,
we always have to look. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy with the printer I'm at. It costs me a little bit more to print, but I enjoy it. What's up, Kevin? Kevin, we got 15 minutes, guys. You guys be ready. We're going to launch. I want us to break the damn 2K in the first 30 seconds. Just like we did last.
Everybody's going to blink, and then it's going to be 2K.
Last Cycle Sound number 9, it broke like 2K in the first minute.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it was insane. It was so awesome. But yeah, like I said, we got great covers on this one for you guys. I think the artist did a great job. I mean, these up and comers who wanted to work on these projects, and I gave them an opportunity on Psycho Sal and then Cursed Moonlight. People like Michael Gardner, Ryan, Twan, people like that. V's a returning artist. She's done a bunch of covers, but we've got some of these new cats on here, and I'm so glad they listened to me. When I told them, you got to hire a professional colorist to color your stuff. It's the difference between day and light. I don't know why some of these people just can't understand that. A great colorist, a good colorist, can take line art and just make it beautiful. So what so you're going to be launching
February.
January, February?
Probably February. That's usually when Kickstarter season starts. There's going to be a ton of people live in February, like always. Yeah. And then once issue 8 is done, we'll be looking at releasing our next trade paperback. Okay, cool. And so, I don't know, did you see the? I have a trade paperback on Amazon. Did you see the mini?
No, But I will let everyone know while she's looking for that. For everyone who's been asking me for years, was Psycho Sal is coming to Omnibus. So we're going to be doing issues 1 through 9 in a collector's edition omnibus, paperback and hardback versions. That Kickstarter is going to launch February the 14th. And I'll give you guys who's here a little teaser on the cover. It's just the black and white. I don't have the colors yet. I'm waiting on Dave to finish them. But here's the cover for it. So that's going to be the Psycho Sal Omnibus. So the reason the cover, he has long hair and everything, for those that might be wondering, because you never saw anything like that in Psycho Sal 1 through 9. I treated this cover as if it's down the road. So, so I wanted to kind of give him just a little fresh, a little uptake on his appearance. And Angelica, there is a $125 minimum to do the pay over time. But take my word for it, guys. If you're going to use the pay over time, drop $300 because it's $100 every single month for 3 months. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Take advantage of that pay over time because that's something we don't know. We don't know if Kickstarter will stick with it. It depends, I'm sure, how many people use it. And right now, not a lot of creators are using it. I've talked to about 20 different creators, and none of them have used pay over time yet. So
it wasn't available the last time. It either was like it was a bit. I can't remember if it was available or it wasn't, but it was like they released it right when I launched my last campaign, and I didn't have the wherewithal to research it. I was just like, I don't know what this is. I don't want to sign up for it and screw myself over.
They launched it. I mean, it's new because it launched after Cursed Moonlight and right before Psycho Sal number 9. And that we only had like what, a 2-month gap, maybe a month and a half in between those two Kickstarters.
It wasn't long. So, we'll say that.
And for all of you guys that buy my stuff, I love you because I know I'm hard. I know I'm hard on y'all's pocketbooks with the amount of stuff I'm dropping. From retailer exclusives to artist exclusives to other people's Kickstarters to my Kickstarters, and you guys always show up in some form or some way and support almost every damn one I do. So I know I'm not easy on your pocketbook, which is one of the other reasons I wanted to go ahead and put pay over time on there. Is kind of because I kind of felt bad because I mean I probably drop more stuff than any other artist through a year. I mean, I can't think of anybody else that's dropping more. So I do feel bad sometimes.
Carissa Grant, she's the only other one.
Yeah.
She makes my pocketbook hurt as well.
Yeah, it's rough when it's like that. Well, you as a new comic fan, for those that don't know, this is Andrea, my fiance, and she's never messed with comics until she read Psycho Sal. And now it's like the floodgates are open. She's read Path of Pale Rider. She's read a lot of Chris's indie books. She's read Cursed Moonlight and stuff like that. As a new person who had zero interest in comics, what has been your thought and experience on jumping into the indie market?
Well, I've never been a superhero follower. I'll watch the movies.
Right.
They're okay. But storyline, I just never. What I really like about the indie stories are they're unique, and you get taken into a world that you like to be taken into,
Right.
and then there's these twists and turns that you don't expect because it's coming from all these different minds, and you get sucked in, and that's, as I don't know if you've heard me say before, but I'm a novel reader.
Yeah.
So reading the indie books, I get that feel of a novel
Right.
experience with pictures.
Yeah.
And so, it, even though it doesn't have a lot of words, those pictures help build that for you, but the stories are more compelling.
Right. Yeah, I have to agree with that. I definitely agree with that, because I grew up, of course, as a kid reading comic books, X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman, etc., etc. I didn't really get into. I'm a big novel reader, but I never really got into indie comics. Because there wasn't a whole lot of it up until the last maybe 10 years. That's where you saw it. Now I'm talking about true indie, not Image Comics or Dynamite. Right. Self-published, self-created. That's like over the last 10 years, with social media, give or take. Or at least it seems that's where it kind of bounced off. I know there were some people probably doing it prior to that, but you didn't really ever see those, you know what I mean? Unless you were going to shows, meeting some of these guys. And I wasn't doing that, all those years ago. So I definitely feel the same way. Like I, being a big novel reader and a comic fan back in the day, I do like the indie stuff better. I love the originality to a lot of it. I love that. I love the fact there's no agenda. You know what I'm saying? In general, it's just, they're just telling stories. It reminds me of growing up as a kid and telling campfire stories.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like to me. I feel when I read a lot of these indie books, especially books from, like with yours and Chris's, just to name a couple, it feels like that, where you're sitting around a campfire just telling ghost stories or telling, horror stories and things like that. Because obviously I'm a big horror fan, but yeah, I agree with that. I think it lends itself way better that way, because we don't have anybody telling us what we have to write. So,
you know what? And I want to say something about this too, is that if you read mainstream comics, you're getting this convoluted story. You're getting something that has a run, and then it's retconned, and then that didn't happen, or did it happen, and someone died and was brought back, and now they have a different personality, and blah, 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 blah.
right.
It's only in indie comics where you can get the beginning, middle, and end of a story. You get that payoff, and it's all one story that is told by the creator as they intended to create it. So instead of getting the bureaucracy and the red tape where they're like, hey, you need to write more of this, or hey, you only have 4 issues to tell your story.
Yeah.
Right. Or you got to include characters X, Y, and Z in your story. Right. You're getting the story as it's intended to be told from the creator. And I think that's the best part of indie, is that it's a great story from beginning, middle, and end. And that you're not having to read all the other fluff or agenda. You know what I mean?
Greater sense of satisfaction.
Yeah, or like Peter Parker got married and then no, he's not. And it's like, can we have like a cohesive, good story?
Right.
But even when they're reinventing those stories, it's like rinse and repeat. You're still getting the same elements. There's no uniqueness.
Yeah, I mean they have this narrow alley that they have to stay in, and little side doors here and there, or you have to go out and buy all these other books to tie into the story. And there's nothing, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. They have to do that. They're trying to run a company. I get it. But yeah, I agree. And I think that's why I enjoyed the indie, now that I actually read them over the last 7 years, is because it feels like, when, like she was saying, like when I read my novels and stuff, I know there's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end, and whether it's a 1 book or 3 books or 6 books, at least I know there's an end there somehow, that you can get that fulfillment, that feeling,
That
you know,
payoff, the
that
connection,
yeah,
the human emotion that you're getting. That's the connection that we're sold on. But
yeah.
it's like, if there's no stakes, because we know they're not going to kill
That's true too.
the character.
That's
You know what I mean? Like,
Andy,
Justice Superman, they brought him
yeah.
back.
Andy,
That's
you
the
never
Peter
know what
Parker,
somebody's
they brought him back.
Love
They're gonna keep bringing him back because they're making money.
Yeah.
And when I fall in love with characters and y'all kill them,
Yeah, it happens.
That's
invokes
me.
the indie stories evoke more emotion.
Oh, no doubt.
Because there's no, like you said,
Yeah.
nobody's safe. But,
Yeah, because we don't. There's no plot armor in our books.
Yeah.
You know, and that's well, now some do. Some aren't going to kill off their main characters. It just is what it is. There's side characters that they might, gut, but
how did Bill Ryder don't kill off the main
I'm over here just chuckling. I was like, I killed horses and dogs and children, and I'm threatening to kill my protagonist this issue. Like,
but
I will find you.
I'm having a good time over here. It's okay.
But it adds that, it adds that realism to it, to where people can be invested in the characters and they want to see these. And, we again not having to write to an agenda or write to someone else's opinion, by having to be forced to listen to an editor or something like that, or producer. We get to push these characters to the extreme sometimes and make it pure. Thank you, Kevin. Make it purely about the actual story. And sometimes stories need those super lows with, a main character dying. It just creates a deeper story, in my opinion. I mean, just like Game of Thrones, man, the Red Wedding, I was like, holy Jesus.
I thought Andrea was going to come for me issue 8, Psycho Sal.
Oh, there was a lot of people.
Sobbed.
Sorry.
I couldn't even, before I even finished the story, I texted him and I was like, are you kidding me? Seriously? I was crying like a big old baby.
And no spoilers though, guys. If you hadn't read Psycho Sal 1 through 9, you hadn't read 9 yet, but 1 through 8, you're missing out on one hell of a badass book.
Have some tissues.
But yeah, issue 8 upset a lot of people. But that's what makes it. Oh, we got 2 minutes, people. 2 minutes. Oh, and my thing got approved.
How dare you? And I was like, what? What did I do? I was like, oh, no, okay, I remember.
But and my Kickstarter got approved immediately this time. Last time it took 5 days. Yeah, apparently I talked to somebody about that earlier, and they said that they believed that there was some kind of strike happening at Kickstarter, and that's why everything got delayed for approvals. I don't know how true that is. That's just hearsay, but I mean, I've done 10 Kickstarters, 9 prior to that one. I've never had more than an hour, and that one took 4 days or 5 days. It was ridiculous. So, but we got 1 minute. Like, get ready, guys. Like I said, grab your goodies. When you pick your tiers, immediately it moves you to the add-on page. Look through that add-on page. I just spent over 8 hours today putting stuff in the add-on page.
William, you're crazy.
I was still doing this. I was doing and I still don't have everything on the add-on page I want, but I got the majority. And I started at 8 a.m. this morning. I stopped at 6:05. So, yeah.
You always give me a good chuckle. I'll just say that.
It's got to be the dumbest shit. I can import stuff from previous Kickstarters, but I can't import my tiers to my add-on page from the same Kickstarter. That's got to be the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Heather, remember, pay over time. See, I didn't even get to put any original art on this one, so I don't have any cover art. I was just trying to get that. Maybe I'll add it later tomorrow or something, but if I do, it'll be in the add-on section, so it's easy for people. But yeah, we've got a lot of great covers for you guys on this one. Not to mention the gold covers. These things are going to be ridiculous as medals. So, But yeah, we got a lot of great covers on this one for you guys. And let me click launch. Here we go.
I always try to be number one.
It's launching right now.
I try to too, but I always miss the timeline.
Do you? I know we're always fighting over. I'm like, come on, refresh.
Come on, Kickstarter. Go, go, go. There we go, guys. We're live.
Woo!
We are live.
Uh-oh, we broke the internet. It's going slow.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
Everyone is here backing this. That's why we broke the internet. All right.
Wow. Is it Kickstarter or is it Facebook being weird?
No, it's live.
Yeah, mine finally loaded. I think it's just
It took a minute and was spinning, but now it's out.
And just a reminder, guys, the gold metal embossed 1 of 1s are on there. So make sure you guys go grab them. They're only 1 of each cover.
And then after you back it, make sure you share the link on your social media so everybody knows it's live and they can go back it too. That's what I'm doing.
Wow.
Be like Lori.
Share. Let's break this 2,000 in the first couple minutes. And I launched it just a little late. I technically didn't launch till 6:02, I think. It's definitely being a bit laggy, though.
Yeah.
What in the world? Bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to get it shared out. I'm having to do it from my phone because the computer's like being stupid slow. So bear with me. Bear with me. Let's see, where the hell is the damn share button? There it is.
All right, let me go back. Ooh. No, seriously.
Lord, like, yeah, I don't know what's going on over here. Like, mine's being stupid
It's
slow.
really slow.
Excuse me. Yeah, I'm trying to post it. Jesus.
I haven't posted on mine. Did it tag you? No. Here, do you want me just to tag you and it'll show up on yours as well?
I think yeah, that's fine too. I think it's going through now though. Like, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Then I won't bother.
mine's loading slowly.
Is it?
I'm
Okay.
trying to pledge.
Yeah, it's all going kind of slow. It's Black Friday. Everybody's shopping on the damn internet.
Oh, that's true.
Probably, yeah.
That is definitely probably true. All right, I think I got it. I just wanted to get it shared.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost to 1,000. Come on, guys. Let's break it. Yeah, it's weird. It's like, yeah, it's just being slow. It'll work out here in a second. Let me go tell all these artists to get their booties on there and share. Time to do your job. All right. So so how many? Kevin said he got number 2.
I think
Awesome.
I'm number 1.
Oh, did you?
Reigning champion.
Awesome. I'm going to start doing something like, so I do have some giveaways for you guys. So we're going to do some giveaways tonight. Also, just like we did last time, we'll hang out with you guys for about an hour because I'd like to see us break the 8K like we did last time. But so what I want to do is, for people that back the Kickstarter, we're going to do a giveaway for that. For someone who backs the Kickstarter for $300 or more, we're going to do something special for that. For someone who backs the Kickstarter for $500 or more, we'll do something fun for that giveaway. But we've got some stuff like this: Feral number 10 signed exclusives, Department of Truth 0 signed exclusives, Psycho Sal number 1 signed exclusives, and so some goodies like that. But we'll do those here in just a few minutes too, so people have a chance to get their backings in. So Path of the Pale Rider, just for anybody that might be new or tunes in, give them an overview about what Path of the Pale Rider is, because you're up to issue number 7 that ships soon. You're working on issue number 8.
Yeah.
So give them a description.
Path of the Pale Rider is a Western apocalypse comic book series where death is broken. So it's zombies, but it's zombie adjacent because the undead are not trying to eat you. They can't die. Death is broken. There's no magic bullet to the brain. Like nothing dies.
Right.
People, animals, insects, fish, they're all stuck together. And we're in 10 years into that apocalypse, and we're following this cowboy who's like one of the last guys who still gives a damn and is trying to figure out what happened. And so we're into like the meaty part of the story at this point. So we've got to learn the world and how it works. We got to see how it all fell apart. Jude has this impossible mission, and then in 7, you got to see if he makes it through this impossible mission. And then after this, everything will change, and we're downhill to the answer. He does figure out the answer of what broke death in the first kind of arc of 12. You could probably figure it out in 8. If you don't figure it out in 8, there's a great chance you could figure out in 9. If you don't figure out in 9, and you're just not sure, I smack you in the face with it in the beginning of number 10. So you're going to get the answer. And then after that, it's just like, okay, well, now what do we do now that we know? Right. So, but that doesn't mean anybody's safe, because you can die and continue on as an undead body, but your brain is rotting in its skull. So it's more like having dementia and fast forward, also with the body horror aspect, because you fall apart. So terrifies me. I'm scared of bears and dementia and insects, and I put everything I'm afraid of in my damn book. So enjoy my trauma.
What did what made you want to do, because you're kind of like me, like I went with horror for my first book, and horror is a small niche market to begin with, especially in comics, and westerns are a small niche market in comics also.
Yes.
What made you want to do a Western apocalypse type thing?
So first of all, I'm newish to comics. I have stories upon stories. Thank you, Heather. I love you, by the way. I have stories upon stories in me, and I've never had the time or method to tell them. And so when you're telling me that horror is niche and westerns are niche, ignorance is bliss. No idea. And I just have this incredible story that I want to tell. I grew up watching westerns with my dad, so a lot of so many Eastwood movies.
Right.
The Good and the Ugly, and the Pale Rider, and Josie Wales, and we watched Tombstone, and we watched The Quick and the Dead, and we watched a ton of westerns, right, with the pops. Right. And then as I got older, it was like I was really drawn to apocalypse stories. And it's like there's so many different kinds. Is it computers? Is it virus? Is it natural phenomenon, like the sun is going to explode and you got to save the planet? And I realized that Westerns were kind of like the gateway drug to get into apocalypse movies,
Right.
because Westerns are, you have no electricity, no running water. It's usually lawless. You're in the desert or you're on a horse and you're just trying to survive. There's a lot of, like bandits and gangs that come after you. So I was like, these just go together, right? And of course, I'm a horror fan as well. I love horror, William, because it's interesting to me what humans are afraid of, right? And if you watch horror, it will change as the culture changes, as technology changes, and you can almost pinpoint what people in the culture are afraid of by watching what kind of horror movies are produced.
Right.
Isn't it interesting?
Yeah.
So I don't know, I'm a big nerd. I think it's interesting. And so I've always loved, all sorts of horror. Slashers don't bother me. I'm not afraid of those. I think they're hilarious. I'm usually the one laughing when the blood is spurting. Yeah. So I love it. So I took all the things that I love and came up with something new and just smushed them all together. Now, we haven't gotten far enough in the story, but I'm also a sci-fi fan. So that's going to start showing up in the story too.
Nice.
So I don't know. I don't believe in genres. I mush them all together and I see how it ends up.
Right. Well, the other thing that's fun, like about the whole apocalypse storyline, no matter, Western or really otherwise, but the Western has, like you said, it adds that other difficulty to it. But, writing, like you get to see how humanity behaves too. So you get to take the gloves off,
Yes.
Because, this, I think a lot of times people ought to pay a little bit more attention to these apocalypse books and movies, because I mean, the sad damn truth of it is people do not do well in when there's no more law, I mean, hell, they don't do well now with law. I mean, you take away it all and you really see the struggle with us as a species, so that has a really cool twist that you can dig into.
Yeah, well, I get blamed a lot for things that are currently happening. I wrote Path of the Pale Rider in 2018, okay, pre-COVID. And when you read my story, you get to issue 3, right, Andrea? And they're all having to wear government-issued technology. There's like new laws and new curfews, and we have this new classification of people that are undead and no one knows what to do with them. And then there's revolts because people don't want to be put under this. I wrote it all in 2018.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, God, go ahead.
Oh, Angelica, they may not be on the add-ons. Like I said, I've been doing add-ons since 8 a.m. this morning. And so I've got most of everything. So regular foils, the regular gold foils may not be there. Let me look real quick to see if that made it to the add-ons. So here's the thing, guys. For anything you don't see on the add-ons, grab your main tier, your main purchase on your email, grab your tier, grab whatever add-ons you want, and then you may have to, save that, pay, get your stuff finished, log out, log back in under another email and grab the other tiers that you might want. But let me look real quick and see if, what the hell is my, let me see if I made it to the foils, because I think I did the regulars and I think I did the metals. Maybe I didn't do the foils. So let me look at the add-ons real quick.
Almost at 1,000.
Almost to 1,000. Awesome. Yeah, sadly, and guys, please keep in mind, don't let me spoil you, because 99% of the other Kickstarters out there, they do not put a bunch of stuff in their add-ons.
$11.92.
Awesome.
Unless you're me and William.
Yeah, we're so stupidly ridiculous. Like, yeah, see, if like Kickstarter, see, that's the other thing is Kickstarter's acts really slow sometimes. So that's why it takes me a while to get all this stuff added. So like, I can't even pull up rewards right now. It's just sitting here doing the little spinny wheel of death. All right, there we go. All right, so let me scroll down to the add-ons. See if I've got that far. So there's the gold covers. Yeah, the gold foils are on there, Angelica.
I think she was meaning regular foil not with the gold.
Oh, my bad. You talking about regular foils? Yeah, that'll be the one I didn't put. You watch. Yeah, because there's regular trade dress. There's gold foils, regular golds, gold foils. Yeah, it looks like I don't have the regular the regular foils. Yeah, it looks like I don't have the regular foils on there, Angelica. Sorry. So what you'll need to do on that is either just wait for me to add them in the morning, and then you just go in. What is it you do? You edit your pledge or something, Lori? Manage your pledge or something?
Yeah, you can just say manage pledge, and then it'll give you the option. Choose the same tier, and then it will kick you into the add-ons, and then you can update your add-ons. You don't have to delete anything. You can just add on the additional.
Gotcha. Angelica, what regular foil are you wanting? And I'll add it real quick. But I'm going to add the rest of the regular foils in the morning. I just ran out of time today, guys. Like I said, I've been doing add-ons since 8 a.m. this morning. So I did add-ons for 10 hours and still not finished. But like I said, don't get spoiled, guys, because like Lori can speak on this, the majority of Kickstarters do not put everything in the add-ons. You know, I'm just OCD like that. So.
It's because it's a lot of work. It really is to put everything in there. I always do it because I'm like William. I want it to be the easiest way for you to get what you want. And again, guys, if you're not seeing what you want, just do what Angelica did and say, "Hey, I don't see blah blah blah," and then William will put it on there for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let me add.
Yeah, the Wheeler Perez cover. Is it not on the add-ons? I love that cover.
The regular covers on there and the gold versions, but I don't have. I didn't have the foil versions added yet. But let me. What was the what price did I have on the regular foils? What were they? $40? Probably.
Let me see.
Hang on one second, guys. So once you wrap up Path of the Pale Rider, because you said how many issues is it? 30 what?
Well, it's 36, but I'm getting bit by the novel bug, Andrea.
Ah, gotcha.
So what I haven't decided anything, but like we still have another 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to go. And then I'm going to do the omnibus, like the whole collection of 1 through 12. So you get like the whole first arc in one big book, right? So you'll have 3 trades and an omnibus and individual issue option. But what I want to do is also start working on the novel form of that arc. And then I can even do novels for arc 2 and 3. And then if I want to, I'll go back and do the graphic novel. But I'm working on so many other people's projects right now.
Yeah.
Yours, and I'm with Rolling Squid Bones. So I'm writing books for 2 other creators that are due in the spring. I'm formatting books for people for pay. I'm lettering for pay. Like I'm super busy. So I'm gonna finish Path 1 through 12, and then I might do novels.
Ah, okay.
And then go back and do graphic. I don't know. I haven't decided because I have never done a novel before.
Right.
So I'm gonna be sending things to Andrea like, "Here, read this, please."
I will.
Yeah. I can't imagine like writing, like trying again. I know it's just lack of experience and stuff.
Yeah.
But like sitting here trying to write a 16-page to a 20-page book is holy shit. Like again, I know it's lack of experience and stuff like that. I get it, but I don't know whether I want to invest the time because I'm already stretched for time. I'm so stupidly stretched for time. It's ridiculous. Now, again, that's my fault. I could slack off work.
I mean, but there's only so much time in the day, and you've already dedicated so much time of your life, years, to art, and that's what you excel at. Same thing for me. Like, I'm really good at writing stories. Could I go back and learn sequential art? Probably.
Right.
But it would take me years to develop it enough to be able to produce something that's worthwhile. Right. So that's where you then, you get to know people, you build your community, and then you rely on other people to fill in those gaps. And so like for art, I have Gilbert and William doing covers. Like you get to know people and you rely on their strengths to kind of fill in the gaps where you don't have time to go back and relearn a skill, because it's like, I don't have another 10 years to learn that. It's a lot of stuff. I want people to read my story now. So
yeah, that's kind of the way I was looking at it too, is I'm just trying to figure out a way. Why is his foil not there?
Mm-hmm.
Did I not do an Arturo foil? Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that's the way I looked at it, because some people are like, oh, if you learn to color, digitally color, it would save you tons. And it would. I mean, yeah, it would save me tons of money. But, I don't know. I look at it as in the time it takes me a year or two to learn proper digital color, I could have paid someone else to do it, and that's
right.
the way I look at it.
It's the time of putting out the project too. Because it's like, do you want to wait that 2 years so you can do that project, or do you want to hire someone to do that project now?
Yeah, exactly. That's the way I was kind of looking at it too. I was like, I'll just go ahead and, pay someone else to do it. I mean, it all comes down to that time versus money. I mean, that's just like, so case in point, like all these add-ons I've spent 10 hours today doing. That you realize the amount of money I can make in 10 hours drawing art. And I just did this for free today. So, I mean, so you guys better appreciate those add-ons. But that's what it comes down to. If I sit there and even if I just spend 3 hours a day learning to digital color, in that 3 hours, I could have done 2 head sketches in color and made $400,
Mm-hmm.
So, I just don't think it outweighs me needing to mess with it, because I mean, I can pay a colorist, like when I hire a pro colorist, I pay somewhere between, $75 to $100, depending on the complexity of the piece, instead of that 3 hours, me trying to practice, I could have made the money to pay them and made profit,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, because the sad thing is now there is that drawback to whether you hire other artists to work on your project for a cover or other colorists to color it. The sad thing is, in the indie community, putting those names on your project doesn't generate you much money. And, it just doesn't. I don't know why. It just doesn't. I've had big names on Psycho Sal, and and I've had big colorists do covers for Psycho Sal, and they didn't generate hardly any business on their end of their fan base. So I get why a lot of people, either learn it themselves. I get it. I understand it. Or they hire someone outside the country because it does, and they pay them $30 to color something versus paying somebody with a name $75 to $100 to $150 in some cases. And those people don't even generate enough sales from their fan base for you to even make your money back.
Right.
So, but for me personally, I think it's just easier for me to pay somebody or trade out work with somebody, and I like the trade concept. I really do. Like, there's a lot of artists and creators that they have no interest in that trading out work. And I think that's the dumbest shit ever. Like, If somebody's got something you can benefit from, trade out the work, especially you new artists. Don't be afraid to offer trade ups. Like if you've got an idea or something you want to do or you want to create, don't be afraid as an artist. You may not be a writer, but you could trade cover work to another writer for them to write your book, and you just give them your ideas. Yeah, exactly. So what do you think about that? I mean, that's a win-win, right?
I think it is. And especially if you find the right creator that's hungry like you know what I mean? Because I think, you and I are similar in our push and our drive. And so when it comes down to like me, like here, I'm on your lunch.
Right.
I'm lettering this book. I didn't even write it. I'm just lettering it. Joy.
Yeah.
And I'm supportive. You know what I mean? And when I launch books, William is supportive of me. So again, it's like pushing the work that I'm involved in helps William, but also helps me, because that means that we're going to turn around and do another project. Right. Yeah. And I'm introduced to everybody that's here in the chat, and now they're aware that Path of the Pale Writer exists. There's a ton of you that have backed my project because you found me through William. So, I mean, it's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
It is. It always is. So if people aren't considering it, maybe they should.
We're at 15:12, she just told me. Thank you, guys. We're almost to that 2K mark in 30 minutes. We'll be fully funded here in just a little bit, guys. So show out. Go show love. And for those that have already, thank you so much. I agree. It's a real strange thing to me that people want to do covers, or they want to write, or whatever aspect they play into, colors, whatever. They want this. They want work. They beg for it in some cases, plead it, and then they get the work, and it's like they think their job's over. Like it's
where there's no. It's almost like, aren't you excited for people to see what you did? And I don't comprehend it either. I've had a ton of artists do that to me as well, where it's like they have a variant cover on my Kickstarter and nobody's backing it. I'm like, your people would love to have a copy of this because they want to support you, and they love your art. Aren't you excited about it? No, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. And that's why, that's why I show up, that's why I show up to all the Kickstarters. When I see you guys launch your Kickstarter, I'll jump in chat. I'll hang out. You're very welcome, Angelica. Because then I share it out to my fan base and my groups and whatnot. And that's what we should be doing. If your ass is part of a project, you damn sure need to be sharing that project. It's a weird thing to me to see people not do it.
Yeah, I can't imagine being a part of something and not being excited to share what I did. Like, look what I did.
Right.
Like, I would be stoked if I could draw. I would be like, there you go.
Yeah, it is definitely a strange one.
I don't get it myself, but oh well.
1633.
But it's like that's what it is. You have to find the people that have the same mindset, and you want to succeed, and you want this other creator to succeed, and you want indie to succeed. It's like it's all in here. So there's people out there that are like that. You just got to find them.
Yeah, I agree. You definitely got to find them, and it is a bit of a haystack scenario because I've seen, because and that's another thing too. Like they should be grateful, because the majority of Kickstarters do not use Unheard Ofs. They don't share their platforms. I don't give a shit how long they've been around. They only want artists on those platforms that they know is going to generate some income for them. Because here's the reality of it for anybody that might be wondering. When we share our platforms with up-and-coming artists, we do not make the money back that we either paid them to do the work or the money we spent giving them free comps. We do not. And we know that because we can look at the numbers on the Kickstarter and see what covers sold and what covers didn't. So we're legitimately sharing our platform for the sake of walking the walk about community. And when we get one of you guys on our projects and we have to argue with you to go share it, we have to remind you to go share it once a week, or you don't at all. I mean, that's mind blowing to me. Don't be that person. If you're privileged enough and lucky enough to be allowed on someone's project, get off your ass and share that project. You want to make sure everything you do, is as successful as you possibly can help make it. Now, if it doesn't move, it doesn't move, but you did your part, and that's what matters. So what's so you're talking about moving towards novel writing.
I want to try it. I want to see if I like it, because it's a different style of storytelling, right? Because with graphic novels or comic, it's graphic nature. So you don't have to write as many words. You can show what's going on in the background with the art. And so, but a lot of times I'm taking my dialogue and I'm shortening it so it can fit on the page.
Right.
And so a lot of the stuff that Jude is thinking is getting lost. Yeah. And so that's why I was like, I kind of want to tell people that side of the story. And if I like it, I think that it would actually help my sales, because it's like when a book goes to a movie, right? Everybody's read the book. Oh my God, Ready Player One, such a great, I can't wait to see it on the screen.
Right.
And you're building your audience to then come support the graphic side. So building with the comic, and then if they could read the whole story as the novel, especially for the next 2 arcs, the story gets out a little quicker, but then we can take our time. Now, I would love to release a little bit quicker. I would love to do, instead of 12 issues, to do 6. You're getting the same amount of story, but it would be like a double issue. You know what I mean? So instead of 24 pages, do 48 pages. Does that make sense? Hello?
I said yeah.
Well, I mean, let's say we get to my second arc, and instead of doing, 12 issues, it's just 6, but it's the same story, just bigger books. And so that way you're getting it in bigger chunks, and you don't have to wait as long. But again, then those Kickstarters have to make double the money.
Yeah.
So, in my mind, the novel being out first will help generate the readers to come get the graphic novel. Also, the overhead is different, because with the novel, you're spending a majority of your money on editing.
Right.
I'm not paying an artist. I'm not paying a colorist. It's just me. So things go a lot quicker. At least that's what I think, because again, I haven't done it yet.
I definitely get that, because like even when I wrote, so the way I did, Curse Moonlight and Sentinel and Rise of the Mummy, I wrote like a short story first, and then converted that to script. And you lose a lot of that story, being limited to 5 to 6 panels per page, and being able to see the artwork. Like, so I totally get that, because like I really, like when I wrote the original Psycho Sal, my notes and everything, I kind of wrote that as a story, and then I broke down all my notes and everything, because I wasn't about to show nobody that damn story. And then I got more comfortable later with everybody. But those new ones are written story wise, and I actually posted those on social media at one point or another, like the actual story, before the book came out. So I totally get that. Like there's part of me that thought about that too, was like redoing Psycho Sal as a novel. Because there's so much more.
Right, there's so much more. But not only that, like the printing is different. You can get a lot more novels than you can. I mean, it depends on how many pages. It all depends on how many pages.
Right.
But I think the overhead is smaller. It's just me, I can go a lot faster. So people can get the story faster, and then I can go back, and the readership is there, you know what I mean, to support the next 2 graphic novels. At least that's what I'm thinking. Again, I could change my mind tomorrow. So Right now, we're producing Path of the Pill Rider 1 through 12. That's what we're doing. But I can start working on the novel by myself anytime when I have time.
Yeah, that's when do we get time? Like it's, you know, let me
stay up at night and drink coffee. Get it done.
Hang on one second. Where's
it's right now? Lettering yearbook. Yeah, I have, like I already told you, I got 2 more to write, and then I have a giant formatting job that just came to me that I was like, I have to charge for this because it's so bad. Yeah.
Well, let me touch base on this real quick, and then we'll get back to that. But we have passed the 2K mark. We are funded and did it in 34 minutes, I think is what it was. So here's a quick overview for you guys for the Egypt 1924, the Valley of the Kings. These are the covers, regular covers for the Kickstarter. I got 3 covers, cover A, the cover B Shelby cover, and the cover C Ashley cover. And then we got Michael Gardner, Tuan Amato, Ryan Morris, Gilbert Perez, Arturo, V. Nunley. And I've got them on here for a great price for you guys. So my covers are $20. And I also have a William Russell cover bundle for some of you guys. You had asked me previously when I had multiple covers if I would do a bundle, so I remembered it for this one, and It's a damn good price for all 3 covers.
Nice.
And then, as per usual, as true to every Kickstarter, I've kept every single damn guest artist cover at $15. Remember, guys, these books cost us $5 a piece to print. So we are not making a lot of profit on these things. And that's my point about, using, up and comers, giving them a platform is we don't really benefit a whole lot from that, as you can see, when the book costs us $5 to print. But I've got the classic stuff brought back, of course, for you guys, the all cover bundles. There's the all trade dress, all 9 books for $130. Then we have the foils. Now, obviously, the foils will look much different in person, and they're ridiculously gorgeous in person. And I think these golds and everything are going to make these stand out tremendously. But we brought back the trade dresses, foils for you guys. We've got the all trade dress bundle for you also, which is actually a damn good price. And I gave you guys a great price on the foils for this series since it's a one-shot. Normally, I charge $60 a foil. So I put them on here this time for $40 a pop for you guys, and I didn't even increase my cover price on those. I left it the same to match everyone else's. Same with the medals. They'll be so much different looking in person, absolutely beautiful. Normally, I do $100 medals. I did them at $80 a pop on here. And then I kept the individual medals. Or excuse me, no, mine's 80 on this one. Then everybody else is 70 on the medal. Sorry about that. But yeah, these will look insane in person. All metal bundles, a great price. I mean, like I said, we normally sell medals for $100 a pop, and you're getting all 9 for $600. I mean, that's ridiculous. And then the gold covers are going to be just insane in person. I'm super excited.
We're just seeing one of those in person, and I want to see what they look like.
Yeah, I'm stupid excited about these, man. I'm normally not a big gold person, but when it comes to like foils and metals, there's always going to be certain colors that are going to be just ridiculous, and gold is one of them. Let's see, a couple other things on here for you guys, then I'll jump back to Lori. Where's it at? The gold embossed. So these are embossed metals. They will be gold. They will be embossed. They'll have raised textures on them. If any of you bought any of the blood metals, the blood embossed metals from Psycho Sound number 9 or Cursed Moonlight, it's the same thing. They'll have this raised metal to them. All the artwork is raised off the book. I gave you a great price on those at $300, and most people sell those types of things one of ones for $500 and up. But these are literal one of ones. They will come numbered right there in the corner. This will be the only way you'll ever get the embossed gold medals. And I did put the head sketched here on here for you guys too. Don't forget to check out the fun stuff. The cursed medallion necklace. You get to get an actually an actual cool style Egyptian necklace. It comes with cover A also, and it does have the optional curse I can put on it for you if you want that. The mummy archaeology kit is going to be a fun one too. It comes with Arturo's cover, but it's an actual kit that has digging tools and brushes and things like that. And the other fun thing about it, and don't forget about the ad, guys, and then I'll tell you some more about the archaeology. Inside front cover, $200. That's permanent. It stays in the book forever. Half-page ads on the inside rear cover, 2 of those, 1 of the front cover. Then the stretch goals. We've got the 8-inch sticker for the 3000, the logo sticker, Rise of the Mummy. That's a big sticker, 8 inches. Don't let anybody tell you difference. 8 inches is huge. Then we've got the $5,000 stretch goal for my cover A mini print. We've got the bookmark as always, Arturo's cover for a mini print at $9K. And we've got 2 stretch goals for $10K. The medallion, the curse necklace, every single physical backer will get one if we hit $10K. And at $15K, if you, we got 2 at $15K. So at $15K, I did something really fun again. If you spent more than $100 on this Kickstarter, you get a $40 Rise of the Mummy t-shirt in the size you wear. Now, the other $15K that every single physical backer will get, no matter how much you pledge, is the mini movie poster. And when I say mini, I'm not talking 4x6. That poster will be 11x17. Classic black and white movie poster like we used to see in the 1930s when you were outside movie theaters and stuff like that. So, and it'll be trade dressed like a movie poster. With coming soon and we'll throw in some fun actor names at the bottom and stuff like that. Not real actors, but you know what I mean, characters from the book. So we'll do that too. But the other fun thing that the where's it at? The archaeologist kit, I'm having these made. The archaeology kit that comes with the carry case, the digging tools, the brushes, etc., etc. It actually comes with a map of the Egypt area too, of the pyramids.
That's cool.
So you will get one of those too. So I'm having these made. These are actual maps of the Seti temple and stuff like that. So that will come with the archaeology kit too. All right. So okay. So back to you then. I know you're talking and you're thinking about doing novel stuff. But as far as comic book stuff, when you decide you're wanting to try something else or you're ready to wrap up Path of the Pale Rider, do you have anything yet that you're wanting to try or wanting to do eventually?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Like my personal scripts? Because I'm writing stuff for other people, but I actually have 2 other stories that are big. And one is it's like spy versus spy. Heavy action martial arts with a real big twist. It's called The Agency, and that one is almost fully developed. It's 6 issue runs instead of 12. I have 2 arcs of that done, and a 3rd arc that I haven't touched in a long time. And then I have a pure supernatural one, like angels and demons and prophecies and the end of the world and that. So I haven't touched either one of those for a long time, but the agency is ready to go. So I could do that lickety split. Like I could start it tomorrow if I had an artist that wanted to do it, because there's 12 issues of it done.
Right.
So the path is just it's so big. You know what I mean? So even though I'm talking novel, that's not going to be for years, guys, because we have to finish 12 issues of Path of the Pale Rider first. Right. So, and we're just wrapping up 7, so we're halfway.
Oh, you're not going to
I'm I have this idea of what I'm going to do. I can start working on it now, and it'll be years before it's released, because I want to have the first graphic novel done before I even try to start releasing novels. Good Lord.
Do you want to do that XL one?
Yeah, that thin one. Let's try that one. Yeah, come on. You don't want to be one of those people that gets Path of the Pale Rider to like issue 8 and then stop it for like 5 years and do other shit. And then
Better not.
My name is not George R. Martin. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Oh my god.
Yeah, I can't
pretty
fathom doing that. Yeah, I can't fathom doing that. Like I have to see the end. Like I'm too controlling, too OCD, and I've got tons of other ideas, but I want to see the end or do two things at once,
Right. And I mean, like, Path of the Pale Rider is so great because I know the first part of the story is good. Like we're in the meat and potatoes. We're in the revealing part now, and we're getting to the answer. Like this is the good part. We're just getting into the great stuff. Not that the rest of it hasn't been great, but it's like, oh, we're getting into the meat and potatoes. So it's like, how could I quit now? Oh my God, I'd be like, sorry, I know the answer's coming in 10 to 7.
Yeah, that's like Psycho
Never
Sound.
confirmed, exactly what happened.
Through and just stop, man. Like
so terrible. Can you imagine?
Happened. I mean, one of the most well known is Battle Chasers in comics. That the kid. I mean, and when he started drawing and created Battle Chasers, I mean, he wasn't but like 18 or some shit like that. He's a kid. I can't remember his name, but that book was hot. People were eating it up, and he couldn't stop playing video games long enough to finish the damn book. So he got to like issue 8 or some shit or issue 9 and just stopped. Now that was back in what? When did Battle Chasers come out? The 90s?
I don't know. I don't think I ever read that one.
It was actually a pretty cool book, and it was different, and stuff. But yeah, it came out in 98 was when issue number 1 came out. And that book ran for, like I said, like 8 or 9 issues. And then he just stopped. And he finally put out an issue number 2 a few years ago. But that book hadn't been out in like 10 years, 15 years.
And now you've lost all your momentum.
Oh, yeah.
You've lost all the trust that you had from the backers. You know what I mean? Or your readers, because they're like, I don't want to buy it because he's going to disappear again.
Yeah. And I mean, it was being produced through Image Comics. Like it was a big deal. But he couldn't quit playing video games. Now, don't get me wrong, it worked out for him in the end. He became an artist for video games. So,
I guess maybe he just wasn't in the place he belonged. You know what I mean? Like, I get that. I get it. But still, it's like, it's so hard if that's what you're This is what we're aiming to do, right? I want to tell my story from start to finish. And if he was just in it to get the experience to do comics to then jump into video games, good for him. But it's really sad, when you say like someone was working on a story for 8 issues and then they just stop. Poor readers are like, but I'll never know. Yeah. It's like when you get attached to a pilot season of a new show and they leave it on a cliffhanger and they don't get renewed for a season 2. And it's like, no, I'll never know. What happened? It drives me crazy. So.
I mean, I get some stuff ends. I get it. I totally get, shows come out, they do a season and they think it's going to be a hit and it doesn't do that well. And then they just kind of sign off on it.
Right.
That new show that just came out, that Bounty Hunter show with Kevin Bacon, I thought that was a good show. Me and Andrea watched the first season and that's all we got. They canceled it after that.
Too bad. Even with Kevin Bacon too.
Yeah. Wow. And that shocked me. And like I said, he was like a bounty hunter for demons. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's that show. So I gotta be honest with you, I don't watch much TV. I really don't, because I just don't have time. I'm always working or I'm doing stuff with my kids, and so like new shows will come and go, and I have no idea. Like I always
I watch them with Andrea just so she and I can do something. But
I mean, you're using your hands to. When I'm writing though, I can't listen to a show and write, but it's like if I was doing art, I could probably listen to a show and draw at the same time.
Well,
That
to
makes
be
sense.
fair, I don't do that.
No?
If she's here, I'm giving the attention to her, you know, so because we only get to see each other, you know, a couple times a week. And there's sometimes we see each other once a week because I'm out of town for shows, you know, and so now when she's over, you know, I don't, this is the only time that we would be doing something work related is a launch party, you know. But you know, if she's over here, I try not to, I don't mess with any work. But yeah, you're right on that sense. Now, don't get me wrong, if I needed to, she wouldn't have a problem with it, but
I'm always that jerk that's like, hey, I found this new TV show. And they're like, my friends are like, that came out in like 2021. And I'm like,
that's okay. I'm the same way. I just now finished with Andrea. I watched like the first 3 seasons long ago, or first 2 seasons.
Of what?
Penny Dreadful. I showed it to her, and we that is a good show because it's a throwback. Like Frankenstein's in it, the Wolfman, Dracula, Dorian Gray. You know, yeah, it's a good show. It's very. I was
watching something else that was similar, but it was vampires and werewolves. I forget.
Shit,
I just watched with my kids. We've been watching 80s movies with them. So we watched The Goonies for the first time with my kids. It was hilarious. They love Chunk.
Oh yeah, Chunk was awesome. You know, I used to own one of those Fire Sticks, the jailbroke ones, and you could go into that thing and you could search movies by decades.
Cool.
And when you search 80 to 89, there are so many incredible movies, and it's across the board from comedy to romance to action to horror to suspense, the whole genres. That whole decade is just packed full of movies that are incredible. And
we don't get anything like that now.
Nope.
Everything's rebooted and recycled and sequel and prequel and
regurgitated all over again.
Yep. And regurgitated poorly.
Like, and I mean, like, sometimes they're not even trying. I saw my sister recently for a holiday, and she was like, they're going to be re-releasing Labyrinth to the theater for its, like, 25th or 30th anniversary. And I'm like, we don't even get new movies in the theater anymore. We're just seeing the same stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we all have this nostalgia, but, like, where's the new stuff?
Yeah.
It's not streaming.
Yeah, that's true too. But the nostalgia would be okay if they were recreating some of this stuff we grew up with, we loved in the 80s. If they were staying true to the source material, but they're not. Like the remakes are garbage. I mean, you'll see more bad remakes than you'll ever see good remakes because I guess they're trying to put their own twist on it or whatever, but.
Yeah, well, I think they feel obligated to change things, and they shouldn't. I mean, but it's like, do you want to see the same movie that you saw exactly? Do you feel like you got your money's worth, or do you feel like if they change stuff, it's a mistake, and you don't want, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see either one of those, to be honest with you.
I don't really want to see remakes, but if I'm gonna watch now I'm talking about a pure remake, not a sequel or any shit like that, pure remake. If I'm going to watch it, I just about want to see what it was. And that's just because I can relive the nostalgia with it. Mm-hmm. You can make little twists. Like a good example for horror fans. Here's 2 good examples of a remake that they did incredibly well. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot, the remake. The one that had Gunny Sargent in it that played the father figure. That remake is incredible. And then that movie did so well, they did a prequel with those same characters. Both those movies are damn good.
The Rob Zombie one?
No, that's Michael Myers. So, but to be fair, now for Rob Zombies, the first one was a good remake. Now, the only thing I didn't like was them trying to give him a sob backstory for you to feel sorry about, that he was a little bullied. His family life was trash. I didn't really care for that because that's what made Michael Myers like this incredible thing. There was no backstory. He was just evil for the sake of evil, but it was still a good remake. Now the second one was hot trash. It was garbage. But the remake to Friday the 13th that came out in 2009, that's a damn good remake. The way they and a lot of that's because of the guy who played him. I can't remember his name, but the guy's like 6'6". He's like 280 pounds, and he moves like a freight train. So they made him where he's this hunter-gatherer type killer, and like I said, he's just stupidly fast in the movie. So it was, but the overall concept was a good redo. But I honestly can't think of any other remakes that we've seen that I was like, okay, that was good.
Yeah, I got nothing. I don't usually watch them. I might watch them once they get to streaming, and I can watch them for free.
Right. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
But like the new Beetlejuice, haven't seen it. Any of the new Ghostbusters, haven't seen them.
It's okay. Like the new Beetlejuice, it's okay. That's at best. If you didn't have shit else to watch, okay.
Yeah.
That kind of okay. The two new now I'm talking about the sequels of the two Ghostbusters, the two sequels. Well, they're okay.
They were okay.
Again, okay, but it's like
exactly. Yep, it's just one of those things. Like if you don't have anything else really to watch and you just want to watch something, they're not bad.
Right. It was like Quiet Place Day One. Haven't seen it.
Now,
I mean,
well, I liked that one.
I've tried it 3 times.
It starts slow. It does.
It
does start slow. You have to get through that.
It's a beer scenario. It's a beer scenario.
It's a little depressing.
Yeah, you got to get through the first 6 of them to like the taste.
It does start a little slow, but once it goes, it's gone.
I got to check because I loved the first 2.
Yeah,
they were damn.
The first one. The second one was okay. Again, it's like we went and saw 28 years later. It was okay.
I haven't even watched it. I have no interest.
I ended up watching it. I loved the first one so much.
The first one is the best one, of course. And that's how these all go, right? The first one is the best one. And then Hollywood sees dollar signs, and it's like, we're going to make a sequel. And the sequel is trash. And it's just like, leave it alone.
And less action. It was more about it. It just didn't fit the same theme as the ones before it.
Right.
Well, that first one, I mean, you had what's his name in it and her, that's a husband and wife.
Krasinski, Emily Blunt.
Yeah. So, and they're both great actors.
Yes.
So, I mean, you had that energy right there. Plus, he wrote it, he directed it.
But see, that was it, is that he did interviews after it. It was meant to be a one and done. Yeah. And the studio came back and was like, okay, when's the next one coming? And he was like, there isn't a script for a 2. There isn't, guys. And they were like, well, when are you going to write it? And he was like, I'm not. And they're like, well, let me give you this. You can write it, or we're going to pay someone else to write it. But there will be a Quiet Place Day or 2, whether you're involved or not. So do you want someone else to take over your story for you? And so he wrote the second one. And then after that, he was just like, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, and like I said, the second one, I enjoyed it. Like, it wasn't terrible or anything like that. I thought it was good. But that third one, I've tried to watch it 3 times, and I get about 20 minutes in, and I cut it off. Like, it's
not interested. I don't know.
It does, but
unless someone comes to me and says, like, you really need to see XYZ, and it was good, thanks, I'll see it in streaming.
Right. Well, we are at 21.90. Not too bad for the first hour. I mean, like I said, it's not going to do what Psycho Sal does.
No, and again, it's like it's a standalone. So like Psycho Sal 90 was like the finale of the story that people are invested in, and these are just characters they haven't met yet. But it's part of that world that you've built, and obviously you have 17 very passionate backers who have taken you for completely funded, which is amazing. So people will come. It's a holiday, so some people are not around. They're not on social media, and So, but it'll go 18 backers. Never mind.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm super happy with that. To
Yeah.
fund the first, 25, 28
Yeah, it
minutes,
went
I'm
quick.
super happy with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm only running it for 20 days, so it'll do fine. I was going to do some giveaways, but again, I didn't really think about that. There's a lot of people doing Thanksgiving tonight, traveling.
Yeah.
So I was going to do some giveaways, but everybody's gone.
There's not a lot of people, tuned in. I think you did the right thing. You launched it. You did great. It's funded. And now people, as they trickle in next week, you might want to do another live and do another giveaway.
Yeah, I will. Well, also I can go look at the day one numbers tomorrow, and I can do a giveaway. All I gotta do is write their names down. It's
You
not
can just raffle, from the people that are here now from day one.
exactly, yeah. Because I definitely want to do something for day one people, and then I'll do another one later on. But yeah, we're going to get off here. We ordered some food. It should be here in just a little bit. But thank you so much, Lori, for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate that, and thank you for all your help on the damn book and everything. I definitely couldn't have done this stuff without you guys helping, move everything along. So it was a huge help. So
I'm always like, teamwork makes the dream work. Sometimes I just call William. I'm like, what are we doing? What's going on now?
But I will get with you here soon, so we can at least sit down and I can give you the overview of Cycle the Blood Moon, give you my notes and everything on what needs to happen, especially in the first book, because it's definitely a different tone, obviously, than Psycho Sal and stuff like that. Like I said, it's definitely kind of right on the money with that Lord of the Rings meets Supernaturals type feel, and and it's set in the 1700s or 1800s rather. So that'll be fun too, doing a period piece like that also. So that'll be pretty cool.
Now I get to add a whole new section to my research history.
Yep.
My NSA agent that follows me, I'm sure, will be very excited.
Like, what are you doing now? Like,
I just have to keep reminding people. I write things. Like, I know you're watching my search history. I swear to God, I just write things.
Thank you, Heather. Have a great night. I'll definitely do a giveaway though. I'll take when today ends. I'll collect all the names for everybody that showed up on day one and that was able to be here and that did the early bird backing. And I'll look at the tiers because, like I said, I'll do an everybody giveaway, and then I'll do like a whoever backed it by 300 or more, and then one for 500, that kind of scenario. But I've got some goodies for you guys right there on that box of unopened statues. So I've got 3 statues sitting in here that's still in the boxes. Well, one's been in the box. I've had it for about 6 months now. So I'm out of space. But these were ones I bought last year. And paid for them last year when I order them, and they don't, these things don't come in until a year and a half later.
Oh, so, yeah, because it takes time. Sucker.
Yeah, they take a while. So, but thank you guys for everybody that showed up on day one, everybody that helped us hit the funding goal. I cannot thank you guys enough. I really love you. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys share out the Kickstarter. Make sure you guys are following Lori. Make sure you're following Path of the Pale Rider. She's launching the issue number 8. That's right.
This digest size is on Amazon.com. You can just look up Path of the Pale Rider. This pops up. It's $15.99. And this is also available on BarnesandNoble.com. You can also get it on Rolling Squid Bones. I don't have it on my website because you can already get it in so many places. Why? Right. But yeah, it's great stocking stuffer. It's a cute size and a great price point. So why not?
Yeah, that is a good price.
Caught up.
Most people are charging like $19.99 a piece for those things.
Yeah. Well, my regular trade is like $30 because it's on big glossy paper and everything. Right. I only got I think I got 20 of those left. So I'll probably move those at Comic-Cons, and then we'll see. I'll probably have to do a reprint when we get to the next trade, but I'll cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah, for sure. And don't forget, guys, February the 14th. We'll be launching Psycho Sal Omnibus collected edition 1 through 9. You guys have been bugging me for that for 3 years, so you're finally getting it. So be ready for that one. But yeah, make sure you guys are following Lori. Make sure you're following Path of Pale Rider. Be sure to share out Rise of the Mummy, the Kickstarter and everything. And again, thank you to everybody who came and hung out with us tonight. I really appreciated that. But
You guys have a great night. Heather, everybody, you guys take care. And Lori, I will see you later.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Andrea. I love you.
I love me. Oh, sorry.
You already know we all love you too, but I want to make sure Andrea knows I love her. Okay, bye.
Yeah, she's a sweetie. I think she's a doll, so, you know. But yeah, you guys have a great night. Talk to you later, Lori.
Bye.